Good evening and welcome back to the third episode.
Nailed it.
I knew I was going to fuck it up. My name is Charlie Fletcher. These are my fellow hosts, Bill, William, Christensen.
Yeah, that's it. That's correct.
Mm-hmm. You miss one word, but that's okay.
Fuck.
No, it's fine.
George Chapman Young, the Fof. And you may notice we have a blank space tonight. We looked around trying to find, somebody that would be our guest host because Mike James is out. His dog had surgery today. Luckily for us, we were able to find a homeless person on the side of Martin Highway, and poof, there he is.
Something you don't know about me, Joe Rogan.
Well, hi. Hello. What was your name again?
Oh, sorry, Brian. Illinois Blankenship.
Illinois.
Can't put me on the spot live, man.
Oh, dude,
fuck it up.
All right, so we've got a very busy show today. We've got a homeless man. We've got to talk about Mike and his dog.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Hope you're doing okay, Rox.
Hey, shout out to Rox.
Sweet Rox.
Rox
Sweet
James.
Boy. Such a good boy.
I believe his full name is Ragnarok.
Ragnarok's.
Ragnarok.
My lovely Rocky Lumps.
Check it out.
Check it out, James.
All righty. Anybody have anything interesting happen to them this week?
Oh, boy. Did I have anything interesting happen to me this week?
Oh, boy. Is that like an Irish
I feel like your
name?
job is...
You should always have good stories.
Yeah. I pulled a magic trick out
Wait. Random homeless man. How do you know what his job is?
I don't.
We know him.
I just looking at him, judging him thoroughly by the context of his character and also his poorly executed tattoos.
Did you take your shirt off?
I'm assuming he works in a strip club.
Why is your shirt off?
Well, we live in Florida, and it happens to be surface of the sun molten lava hot outside.
But it's 70
Is
degrees.
that why you carry a bag of ice
inside.
around with you?
This is exactly why I have a bag of ice with
When we
me.
picked him up on the side of the road, the only possession he had was that somehow perfectly still amalgamated bag of ice.
Amalgamated would not be the correct way to describe this bag of ice.
The ice is still very amalgamated.
It's not an amalgamation. It could be an aggregation of ice, if you'd like to go down that.
Here we go.
Oh, wait, hold on. We're illiterate.
He is
I
an
forgot.
educated
We're literal.
homeless man.
A literal.
Excuse me. My apologies.
Welcome back to the illiterate show, Brian, you cunt. We bring you on and you mispronounce the name of the show.
Yeah, we're gonna go get a
I
different
hope
bum.
so.
I found
fine.
one other person with an Alkaline Trio tattoo,
But I have two of
and
them.
he knew who you were.
I actually have three of them. Is his name Jameson?
He was working at, I want to say, a Subway, and
Spubby.
and I was like, I know another person
Sad.
with an Alkaline Trio tattoo, and he's like,
Is
is it Brian? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I think I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember his name because I don't know that I liked him very much.
Well, shout out to that guy if you're
Yeah.
watching.
Hope
Actually, I do
you're
remember.
fucking
We don't like
exactly
you very
who
much.
you're talking about. I honestly don't remember his name, but he was a really cool guy. Of course, he's a cool guy. He's an Alkaline Trio. Come on, man.
This
No.
is-
Liquid Aloha.
So tell me about the
That's
strip
what it is.
club,
That's
Bill.
what it says on the bottle.
Oh God,
It's probably debatable.
anything happen at the strip club that was worth noting?
Well, I managed to pull off a miracle.
Was it a Christmas miracle?
Yeah.
Good.
Yes,
Those
In
are
the middle of
best kind.
summer.
Yep.
You're getting a head start.
Christmas miracle in May, folks. What happened was I had literally at one point I had one girl working. I had like 40 people in the building. And I managed to, just by virtue of my own charisma, was able to fucking keep these people in the building. I had the girl go back and like do a bunch of like outfit changes and like put her hair up, take it down, whatever. And we
Was
kept.
it you or was it
Which
the
girl
really
was
solid
this?
breakfast buffet that y'all offer?
We actually, interestingly enough, we were offering food. We had wings, burgers,
When
dogs.
We had
this?
wangs.
For Memorial Day?
Yeah,
Those aren't food.
both Saturday and
He's
Sunday.
so upset that you didn't tell
Nobody
him to
told
come
the
there.
homeless bum.
There was free food at the titty establishment.
It's called the Booby Barns.
The Booby
or
Barn.
The Booby Barn.
Oh, and at any
The
rate,
Palladium of
Release the animals.
Pillow
That's
puppies.
that's the slogan.
yes, the Pillow Puppy Palladium.
the Pillow Puppy Palladium.
But yeah, no, it was
I'm upset
was,
about this. I'm very
yeah.
put off right now. I want my green screen back.
Let's put it back under the green screen.
Every time you're naughty, that's what we do on the show.
We
It's a little chilly in here.
Yeah,
We
you
coaxed
should
him onto
try
the
putting
show.
a shirt on.
Nah.
by convincing him that we would give him the green screen that he could use as a blanket later.
Yep.
For when you're
and then
sleeping
they-
on the sidewalk.
and then They took it from me.
We'll give it back to
They
you.
pried it from my cold, dead hands.
Yeah.
I call dead hands.
So sorry, you had the
I'm sorry, were you
the
saying
one
something?
stripper that you kept doing wardrobe changes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Who was this girl? By the way?
Well, I feel like I shouldn't put her name out there.
Well, put a stripper name out there.
Yeah, we don't need to use
I feel like
real
it could be
names.
any-
They don't.
you could
Why
just-
should we?
Well,
Her name was Diamond. Let's continue.
it was Diamond. Shout out to you, Diamond.
Just whisper it in my ear.
So what? It's gonna show. It's gonna probably pick up.
Okay,
At any rate,
alright.
look, guys, I got something I want to run by you.
He knows all the strippers.
I know some of them.
Oh, okay.
I got something I want to run by you guys.
All right.
At some point this week, I'm considering getting my septum pierced.
Okay.
Thoughts?
I have a thought.
Go on.
I do believe
Yeah.
that when a person has a flaw that they are at least moderately
Here it comes. Here it comes.
what's a nice way to put this?
Is your
My nose
septum-
is crooked.
Okay,
It is
and
it's
crooked
your nose.
as
I couldn't
shit.
figure out if it was the thing in
His
your nose
nose-
or the tip of your dick.
His nose
Yeah.
is like a right triangle. If you look at
Septum,
it, one part goes out
scrotum.
straight and the other part comes
your
out
tip of your dick's
sideways.
not your scrotum.
Yeah.
I'm
I
aware.
just feel like if you're
But
if you're a little
that's the septum. That's what was throwing me off.
not comfortable with your nose,
Yeah.
since you took your first nose ring out because of your nose,
Right.
perhaps maybe don't draw attention to it again since it didn't work out well the first time.
Well, here's my thought. So that was a nostril piercing. I'm thinking maybe because this is the center, maybe it'll look better.
Your nose is gonna look like Tom Cruise's teeth.
That's all right. I'm not. You're not making me.
your
Like I
levels-
appreciate the honesty.
Your
but
levels
it's
aren't great.
just
I think you got to talk directly in.
Not making me. Feel good about it.
a little closer?
What about
Yeah.
you, Charlie? You've had
All right,
facial
perfect.
piercings before.
You've had facials
had it.
before.
What would
Facial
you
piercing?
do? You yay or nay?
I say go for it, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
do
we
it.
got-
Do what makes you happy.
I don't like septum rings, so don't.
Right.
You know, my opinion will be jaded by that. So,
Honestly, I think.
but
you
normally I
should
see
do
them on girls.
Yeah.
I
like
feel
them
like
on
with the
girls.
mustache, there's conflict.
I feel like with a mustache, it would be cool.
If
though.
you're gonna do it, don't do the hoop or the half hoop. Do full on bone through the nose,
like the
like,
Ubangis.
Make that shit look like
Like a
you're
fucking
gonna hurt
aborigine.
someone. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Heard.
That's either way. do
I
what
want
makes you
something I can
happy.
like tuck up into my nose.
Well, that would be the half
Why?
circle.
Do they have a strict dress code policy at the fucking Diddy bar?
Yeah, actually, they do.
Well,
No septum piercings.
for the girls, it's more of a.
Well, gotta go DJ at the titty bar. Let me
Gotta
tuck this
pop that
septum
bucket.
piercing.
Cover
in
your
my
tattoos
nose.
Just in
up.
case, if when I'm in a formal setting, I don't want to.
You
I want something I can just.
Do tell. What
Do
was the
you-
last formal setting you were in where you would not be able to have a septum piercing, but you can
Oh,
have a
it's just- it's
tattoo
a-
of a naked woman on the fucking
That's
top of your
exactly
hand?
what I was gonna
It's
say.
a hypothetical. It's a hypothetical.
That's
Just something
that
like
is
it-
a
even-
stretch of a hypothetical.
Even
You'd
if
have
it
to
wasn't
buy
like a
some
formal
killer
setting, even if it
foundation.
was just like I wasn't feeling that accessory that day, but I won't have to go through the ordeal of taking it out. I
Well,
can
look
just
at it this way: if you get a straight bar, you can unscrew it and pull it out.
They
True.
smell real bad.
Yeah, but I don't want a smelly nose hole.
you have.
I have enough smelly holes on my body. I don't want one on my face.
What's the count right now of your smelly holes?
At least 3.
Is that including the Jacob's ladder?
The fuck is it, Jake? I don't want to know.
The
Never.
Jacob's ladder, Charles.
I'm sorry that
is
I
when you
didn't
get
ask.
studs up the shaft of your pubis,
Straight up the shaft of your ding dong.
which is the
Your
piercing
rants
that
Priebus.
I had. And now you can't unknow that about me, Charlie.
Yeah,
Sure
that's
can't.
true story.
Liquid aloha.
How do you know?
Yeah,
It's a
suck
true
it down,
story?
bud. I told him.
Well, no, I know that you can't unhear it. It's a
Oh.
true story.
Yeah.
Also, I may have seen it.
I felt it.
He didn't say. I've seen Charlie, or
I could taste it.
I've seen Brian's
Was it-
penis.
was
That's
it
a
ribbed
Jacob's
for his
ladder if I've
pleasure?
ever
You
tasted
have?
one.
Yes. Yeah, I've seen Brian's penis. Brian was trying to show me a photo on his phone one time, and he was doing the
Ah.
old swipe deal.
I was showing him multiple photos of a girl that I was talking to.
That is exactly
Mhm.
why whenever he's like, "Oh my god, look at this picture I took the other day," I do this until he's like, "All right, found it," and then I swing back over and look.
That used to be me back in the day. I remember
Yeah.
one of my more conservative friends, for whatever reason, I have no idea. I distinctly remember playing like Call of Duty or something.
hmm
We were getting ready to go out, and I was waiting for all the friends to get there at my house. And he was there, so he was just like on the foot of my bed. And for whatever reason, he had my phone to see something. And then he started swiping through my pictures, and he goes,
No.
"Ah!"
And then he showed you your own
No,
dick.
no, he just handed the phone to me. He turned the screen off and handed the phone to me.
But did he?
Oh, you see my dick? Yeah.
Did he show you the
That'll
picture,
happen.
though?
No, I probably knew the picture if you go by time.
I showed him the picture
I was really
in the
hoping
middle of a
that...
bar, a crowded bar.
Why
I'm
were
like,
you in the middle of
All right,
the
so
bar?
here's the deal. This is what happened.
Yeah, in the center.
The
I was
dead
working at a
center.
shoe store. I was managing a shoe store at the time. And
At the bar?
No, I mean I was working at a shoe store. I would then go to the bar after I left the shoe store because I hated the job.
The cobbler
and
bar.
I had to drown my
worked at. I was
sorrows
trying
of
to think
old
of what it was
ladies with
called.
bunions and hammer
Cobbler.
toes and really gross feet with fungus nails, and you got to get drunk.
Okay,
So,
go on.
I don't want to get drunk right now because I'll throw up here.
There
in this
was a
conversation.
girl that I used to order shoes from, and I'm talking to her on the phone all the time. I'm like, man, this girl sounds.
That's a trap.
And, well, it is, right? So I'm like, there's
Yeah,
no
right.
way in hell this girl is hot. She just sounds hot. I know that this is. I should write
credit
down.
vixen
It's a
from the
rabbit
night at
hole. It's a
Roxbury.
trap. Do not do it.
It's a
All
trap.
hot girls don't sound
So
hot.
then I'm talking to her on the phone one day,
They
and
all
she
sound-
said something so appropriately inappropriate that I was just like, all right, fuck it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm going to do
Did
it.
you consciously say that? Or you just
So-
went in.
Did you just
No,
come right out and buy her a
I
plane
came
ticket
in
to
and said
South Florida?
something, and then we started emailing about an issue that we had about a shoe, and then the email got a little raunchy, and I was like, yo, my boss might read this someday. Why don't you just text me? And she's like, okay, cool. So then, like, 32 seconds later, I have a text message from her. And so we were texting, and then I'm like, oh, well, I know her full name because of the emails that she sends me. I should look her up on Facebook.
That's creepy.
And as it turns
Even though you had her
out,
phone number, I guess it's
she
not
was
that
no.
creepy.
We had talked for we had been talking for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, very regularly at this point. And so I look her up on Facebook, and as it turns out, she was actually really, really hot. It's like, oh man, this is awesome. But she lives way the hell in what is it, Missouri?
Missouri.
Missouri.
You knew?
Somewhere in Missouri. Yeah, we talked about it.
You told this is the one.
So,
yeah.
so we would, I mean, because she lives in Missouri and she's not in Florida and I'm in Florida and not Missouri, we would just have really very interesting phone conversations that I feel would be inappropriate to share with everybody. And we
I
would
remember seeing a
was it
picture of her,
about
and I was
we
like,
would
"There's
text
no way
each
this girl
other
just buys like,
naked
shoes
pictures of
professionally
each
for a
other
living."
all the time. And so this is a girl, this is a random girl. Like she did actually buy a plane ticket to come down here, but then her grandmother died. So, and I didn't believe her, so I looked up the death obituary thing on the internet.
Wow.
You're a fucking lunatic.
Bitch lying to me about
I was gonna call bullshit on it though. I was like, yeah, that seems
That's-
convenient.
No,
That's
because
intense.
I initially
And
did,
he saw that in my eyes. So
I
he was
did
like,
call it.
but I checked it.
I did. I checked it. I'm like, yeah, come on, that's come on. But as it turns out, it did happen. But anyway, so we never got to meet each other. But I was like, hey,
Amy
look at this
18?
girl. As it turns out, she's really hot. Scroll, 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 scroll. Fully erect dick.
It'll get you.
And he made
You know you can
he made a
control-
guttural sound.
You know you can control
Fell
the
to the
swipe by like
ground.
edging it. You know to see the background.
Why are we
you know?
talking?
I'm very familiar
how
with
did we
edging.
jump from
Edging?
from
No, no.
swiping to edging?
No, when you're swiping.
I don't
through
even
your
know where
pictures-
we got started tonight.
Do you not know what edging is, Charlie?
Should we talk about
Edging is where you jerk off to almost the point of climax,
And then
but
you
then you
stop.
don't.
or somebody else edges you.
Yeah,
And
and
also-
then you wait, and then you go again.
I'm trying to
and then
I'm trying to give
stop.
you guys golden advice.
Okay.
When you go to swipe the pictures, when you know you have lots of nudes somewhere in your recents, you just edge the picture over before letting go of your thumb,
Mhm.
and then you can, if you see a quarter inch
Well,
of it, like, oh yeah, that's gonna be
Oh,
a
I'm
dick.
savvy for that. I know,
Also,
I know that. Yeah.
Since all four
Well,
of
he
us
clearly
happen to
doesn't.
live in the real world where we have iPhones and not Androids, you can see the little tiny thumbnails on the bottom.
True.
If you
True.
have that mode up, but if you're full screen, you can't.
Well, I
Also
mean,
true.
That picture
Fair
obviously
counterpoint.
had to be full screen for him to see the whole thing. Come
It
on.
was the scale.
Yeah,
iPhone 4.
because I zoomed in like 37 times.
And it was still
and
mostly
that's
upper
how it was
upper
full
belly.
screen.
Enhance.
Yeah.
Enhance.
Can I get a 3D on that?
Enhance. I had to enhance a lot.
Until it's just very pixelated.
Speaking of which,
Speaking
tonight's
of
show is
pixelated.
brought to you by Extends Male Enhancement.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't know that. Hey, thanks, guys.
thanks for hooking it up. Extends. Yeah, are they even still a company?
No, I don't believe they are, and that's why I feel warranted to say that.
You were warranted.
Well, warranted or allowed or
Justified.
I know what the
it's
word means.
permissible.
He's also trying to figure out what he's going to do with all those pills in his closet.
Well, they don't
All
work,
those
Chuck.
Extends.
They don't work.
Oh, I was thinking it was like a Viagra, but it's a growth thing, right?
It's an herbal male enhancement pill.
And really, all those pills. This is what they do. They
You
just
remember
they just
Bob?
like
I remember.
they just
With the
push
shiny
all
tooth?
the blood to your dick. They don't make your dick bigger. They just add like more blood flow to your dick.
Well, you
Okay.
do know how your dick gets hard. It fills with blood.
Right, but they sort of like allude to the idea that maybe it makes your dick bigger. They don't make your dick bigger.
Dark turn.
They don't make your dick
entire
bigger.
episode about dicks
It's,
with
how
a
do they
shirtless
say-
man.
I feel really weird. You guys, you're just spending all this time talking about dicks, and I got this fucking microphone right in my face.
Just open your mouth a
I
little bit
just-
more,
this-
Charlie. Just open your mouth a
This
little.
phallic,
All right, well,
and it's even got a nice big fuzzy foreskin on the tip.
Hell
of it
yeah,
right
it
there.
does.
just like mine.
That's that dick fro. Let your dick fro blow.
Your dick, bro.
Girl.
Oh man!
Brought to you by Soul
Can you
Glow.
toss me that green screen over there?
You want to disappear?
Charlie
Right.
wants to take a little bye-bye nap.
How dare you disappear? Appear is my favorite rapper.
Appear's your favorite rapper?
I just
Appear?
made that up.
Disappear.
Because he dissed him.
Oh boy.
Okay, so strip club was great. One girl. I feel like she was probably very sweaty. You know, there's two types of strippers: the ones that you could smell coming, and the ones that you can.
The ones that you can
The
smell
ones that
going.
never
Well, that-
come.
Ideally, they never come because that's not permitted on the premises.
Yeah,
You know,
never.
It's-
But you
It's
only,
not.
want them coming.
Bill. You only
permitted.
had one working. You only had one working on Memorial Day.
Well, no. Here's what happened. I had initially
All right,
I had
Monk, go
4.
ahead.
Then 2 decided that they were going to leave early, and then 1 got like sick halfway through the night shift. So it was down to just one girl who wasn't even scheduled to work. She just showed up on a whim to drink and hang out. And I was like, hey,
She was like, "Oh, you know
you
what?
should work.
I'm
'cause-"
spending money, and there's
Yeah.
nobody here. I just show my titties and make some
Yeah.
beer money."
And then
Okay.
and there was a show next door, so
I'm not
like
giving
all
you beer
these
money,
people
by the
came
way.
in.
Well, I remember a few years back,
Mm-hmm.
we went to. It was right when the Crafted Keg opened up downtown,
Mhm.
and we went there for New Year's.
Downton.
and-
It's pronounced
Downton. Sorry,
Downton.
Downton.
Downton Stewart.
Yeah, Downton.
Downton.
So
Stewart's,
Bun
actually.
and Daniel
Dwarf.
came and met up,
Mhm.
and we decided to go over to the place across the river. I forget the name of it.
Good place to cry.
Sailor's Return.
No, what's the titty bar across the?
Oh,
Inner
Oh,
Crystal.
at the time,
It's
it's
been a
been
million
Paper
different things.
Moon or
silhouettes.
Silhouettes.
see.
I
or
forget what it was
perhaps
called. I think it might have been
Sensations
Silhouettes
Cabaret.
when we went. So we went on New Year's Eve, and we get there. We paid $25 a person to get inside.
Ugh.
Yeah,
That's silhouettes.
didn't want to do it. Didn't
That-
want to do it. However, I was with Bun and Daniel.
That
They
was
were
a-
like,
that was a
"This is where we
rookie
want to go."
mistake.
So we're like, "All right, fuck it. Here's
I would've
$25
just let
bucks."
them pay for me.
We get
Hell
inside.
yeah.
We walk up to the
Hell
bar.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's $8 a beer. To be expeced. So
Yeah.
we're standing there for
That
about
is not to
15
be
minutes.
expected.
They're like 6 or 7 regulars.
Yeah.
Standing there for
so-
about 15 minutes,
Right.
and there's nobody on stage.
Yeah.
So I walk over to the bartender. I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?"
Hey, can I
Oh,
get on
none of the
stage?
girls showed up tonight. Like, what?
Yeah, that happens.
They're like, "Yeah, none of the girls showed up. It's New Year's Eve. They all got paid to go down and strip at, Monroe's and whatever else down
Yeah.
south." I'm like, "Okay, so we just paid $25 to come into a bar." So me being me, I tried to argue my money back from the manager.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I just paid
You shouldn't have
$25
to
bucks.
argue that.
They
I was
should've
like,
just
I just
given
paid
it to
$25
you.
bucks to get in
Or
here.
not charged you.
Either give me my money back or get one of these fucking cocktail waitresses up on stage dancing to, do something. And they refused to do it. And I left. And I was like, "Oh, I'll show them. I'll just leave."
That doesn't. Yeah.
No, it
I can.
Yeah,
You
I
got
felt like
being
an
on the
idiot.
other side of that and watching an angry customer pay money to get in, and there's like only one or even sometimes no girls working.
Yeah, it cost me $40 to go in for 15 minutes and then catch a cab back to a bar that I was
Right.
already at.
Let me
Edifying.
just tell you,
All out.
we don't give a shit.
Oh, I know
Like if you
don't.
walk out,
I know
like
you
if
don't.
somebody walks out angry, we're like,
Cha-ching.
bye.
You know,
Bye.
that happens
Something
to me.
like that.
every
Well, it doesn't
time I
deter the
go on a
DJ
Wednesday
that's up in
night.
the booth playing YouTube all night.
First of all, I don't use YouTube. I use Virtual DJ.
He uses
Oh,
a
excuse
very
me.
professional program. I have seen it.
Oh, okay.
I do
Every
a lot of
time-
clicking and dragging.
You do click and drag. You are.
He does
you,
drag.
You
I'm
also
such a
pop,
good
drop,
clicker
and
and
lock
dragger.
it.
I do pop, drop, and lock it
Yeah.
a lot.
Every time I go there on a Wednesday night and pay again, and I'm thoroughly disappointed by the C squad that usually doesn't show up, but maybe 2 or 3 of them.
I've been there one time
Also,
in my
I don't
life,
very
and I
often
thought I
pay
was
to
in
go
a
in there.
refurbished car wash.
You were in a refurbished Wendy's.
That is a
my
Wendy's,
friend.
sir.
Oh,
You can look at the outside of the building and tell it very clearly.
There's even
Definitely
like
an
a
old
side.
Wendy's.
makes sense.
His-
His
Is there a
DJ booth,
drive-thru for
his
the strip
DJ
club?
booth is the old drive-through.
Well, there
Yeah,
was
sure,
a very, very, very thick redhead in there that night but I wouldn't say she was.
Oh, I know who you're
You
talking
know what I'm
about.
talking about? Yeah.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
When she jumped
don't
up on
wanna
the
anger
pole,
her, so careful.
I went into like elementary school fucking
Like
fire
like
mode,
earthquake-
like underneath the table,
earthquake drill
thinking
mode.
shit was about to happen.
Yeah, she's
Duck and
nice.
cover, duck and cover.
She's nice.
She's a nice tall glass of Yikes Hard Lemonade. She's a hard worker though, and you
Yikes, hard lemonade.
gotta give her credit for that. She's a hard worker.
Wait, did you just call her Yikes Hard Lemonade?
Yikes
Yeah.
Hard Lemonade.
I appreciate that, and I'm stealing it from you.
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
What's going on in your world, Jordy? You're awfully quiet over
Yeah.
there. Which I mean, you're unusually quiet.
I'm exiting the email program so we won't hear.
Are you checking your
It just
Gmail?
I
occurred-
thought that
emails?
was the cleaning crew that just kept opening and shutting the door.
And it is.
Oh, okay.
And yet here we are. Here we sit.
Well, they don't open
Thoroughly
This
They
door.
don't open this
Unclean.
door.
So my world. Let's see. This week, I had a few interesting things happen to me. I was saved by Jesus.
Jordy, that's
I got a pet
fantastic.
rat, which I'd like Charlie to meet,
Not gonna happen.
and
We can bring the pet rats and the
Please
spiders
don't
over.
fucking
for 'em.
don't do that ever.
What did you
I'll bring
name
my
the pet rat?
tarantula.
What's the pet rat?
Charlie.
Charlie.
Oh, I heard Charlie met some of his best friends in I think it's the house that he was house sitting.
Mm.
They're not rats, but they're not rats.
Mhm.
Go on.
Spiders.
Fuck.
Yeah.
What
You don't like
kind?
spiders either?
I don't dislike spiders.
It sounds to me like you do.
I'm not afraid of spiders. I'm afraid of rats.
Fucking
Nah.
pussy ass spiders. I'm
But
afraid of you.
I also like. I
Afraid of
don't
spiders.
want a spider
pussy
on
ass
me.
fuck a
black
spider
I want a
up.
spider on me.
Yeah.
I'm house sitting for my mother this week, and I
Very generous of you.
Well, I realized after 3 days out there, I have to get an exterminator to come out to her house because she has a lot of spiders in her house.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of spiders? What are we talking?
They're like daddy long legs.
You don't need an
Those are the
exterminator for
spiders
those.
you want in your
Yeah,
house.
you want those bad
They are
boys.
the exterminators.
Daddy
Yeah.
longlegs are
You want
very
those bad
poisonous.
boys up in your
Yeah,
in the
they're
bathroom.
actually the most
The
in
most
kitchen.
poisonous spider. They
Kick
just can't bite you.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. It just looks. It looks
Is that
bad
true,
when
or
you
is that
walk
a
into a
myth?
room. There's a
I don't
cobweb
know.
up in the corner.
I've
with
heard
daddy
it.
long
I've been told
legs
it.
in
Yeah.
This is the guy that digs through fucking marshes all the time.
I
Not
think that's
anymore.
worth a
Oh, you don't do
Google.
that
Is
anymore?
the
That was
daddy
80
longlegs
pounds ago.
truly the venomous spider
Let
that
me
we
tell
all
you
believe it
about
to
it.
be?
I have a laptop.
Did you just
Should
say
I do that?
the venomous?
What?
I'm gonna do it.
No, I said the
Venomous?
venomous spider that we
The
all believe it to
venomous?
be.
Ah, okay.
I got it.
The most venomous.
Yeah,
I got it.
he's got
He's
something
quicker
that's
than
a lot
you are.
faster than your
Your
iPhone 4.
supercomputer is not fast
First of
enough,
all,
sir.
this is an iPhone
XR,
Oh,
sir.
excuse me.
X
I
will
forgot,
give it to
I
you.
forgot you're making.
Did
Titty
X
City
give it
money,
to
huh?
you?
making titty money.
X gonna give it to you.
So
We
that's a
gonna give it to
myth.
Okay, see, there we go. Myth busted.
Did you Snopes it?
No, I live scienced it, which I assume is a mom blog
Did
about
you
herbal
Earth space
remedies.
science it?
You should look it up on Goop.
No.
Is it?
Yeah.
But okay,
Absolutely
live
not.
live
But
science. Is that what it's
Gwyneth
called?
I feel like
I just
I feel
Googled
like
it,
you're being
and the
tricked
first link
if you
I
go to
100% trusted.
goop.com.
Just like normal.
But Gwyneth
Gotcha.
knows.
That's the extent of
I'm
my
gonna
research.
get some Benoit balls.
Some min,
For what?
min
What do you-
white balls.
Like for their generic usage,
You
or
put them in the.
in your butt,
Yeah, I think so.
and you pull them out slowly, one by one.
No, those are anal beads.
So Benoit balls are just you just keep them in there.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't have any idea what they are.
I'm pretty sure you put them up
I
there.
just know that Gwyneth Paltrow says that they're cool.
Well, if Gwyneth Paltrow endorses them,
I'm
Then
in.
God damn it, I'm
what do you
in.
say? Is that unanimous, boys?
So
we'll all get ourselves a set of Benoit balls?
Amazon.
So I have an
Yeah. What does a
interesting
set of
subject to
Benoit
bring
balls
up.
run? Real
All
quick.
right, hold on.
Look them up. How much can we buy them for?
Yeah.
I'll do that while you tell us
Price
your,
is Right rules.
your
Price is Right
Oh,
rules. Ooh,
shit
yes.
balls.
Fun.
Price is Right rules.
First of
I'm
all, how do you
going-
spell it?
I have no idea. B-E-N-W-A?
I have no,
No, no, no,
idea,
no,
and
no,
he
no.
spells it
B-E-N.
perfectly.
OIT Benoit balls.
Oh, okay.
Now, those are the ones that kill your family.
Oh no, it's
That's-
Ben space Wa.
It's what?
It's
Is it
it's
Wa,
the most
W-A-H?
American spelling of this.
Oh, I
I've
thought it
ever
was
had.
Chris Benoit balls.
All right,
Oh, that's
so
the French
No, they'd
version.
kill your whole family.
Okay,
if
so
you got 'em.
two
It'd be
things.
The
terrible.
Crippler crossface.
two things.
Oh wait, I can't. I want
Price
some
is Right rules. You guys got the price, but let him tell a story, and at the conclusion,
Oh, well,
Okay.
it
We'll
wasn't
reveal
a
the
story. It
winner.
was really just a thing to bring up.
okay, go on.
So I notice, and correct me if I'm mistaken, you do not have any tattoos.
I do not know.
We all have several tattoos.
Mhm.
So my
Bless you.
question
Bless
for
you.
the table, subtracting Charlie,
Okay.
because he does not have tattoos,
Mhm.
probably not the worst idea on your part ever.
Yeah.
No, I just haven't found one.
I agree.
In 37
Well,
years.
I'm
that
just saying-
wanna
I mean,
get
I'm
You're
rid of.
not-
smarter than we are.
I'm not mad about my tattoos. I happen to like almost all of them. There's one that
That's
I'm not overly fond of,
That's
but
not true, by the way.
Yeah.
You're dumb.
I don't regret getting them. I just think, I mean, it's
They didn't withstand the test of time.
There
in terms
aren't-
of-
people that are like super anti-tattoo that are just like, oh, never get a tattoo because that's defiling your body. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, it's a silly reason.
However, if you just don't have a tattoo and you don't really care, I don't have a problem with that. Just like, don't be militant about the fact that I have tattoos and you don't. It doesn't matter.
I've never cared. I've just
I know
never
you
wanted
don't.
to spend $1,000 on something that's just going to be on me, as opposed
For
to
the
like
rest
being like,
of your
I can spend
life.
$1,000 on
Beer,
several
Coors Light,
different things,
cigarettes,
or, like,
and
Yeah.
frozen
A new
pizzas that you try to
transmission
burn
for
your
my
house
car.
down with.
All right, so this is a price range, by the way.
oh shit.
Wait,
on
so
these bin
anyway,
wall
the point of the
balls.
tattoo thing was I was going to ask the table, which is, of the tattoos you have, the
Anal.
stupidest one that you have ever gotten?
Oh boy. Well, I have two, and they are both.
Okay, well,
Great
I
job.
asked for one.
They were both done it. They were both done at home.
Mhm.
I have one on my. You guys can't see this at home, but I have one on my wrist that says "Great job."
Exclamation point.
Why would great job be a stupid tattoo?
Well, the exclamation point is actually a heart.
I
Well,
happen
they-
I happen to feel like that's positive reinforcement, and I think that you did a great job getting that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
My
and if it was
pleasure.
done better, it would be less ironic.
It's.
And we don't want it to be less ironic.
I want it to
Was
be.
it pick and poke?
Okay, good.
It was.
If
a
it
stick and
said
poke.
good job, it would be very fitting, because that's a good job on that tattoo.
Is it though,
It's
Charlie?
Decent job.
Is it a good job?
Good
Have you
job.
Really
seen it up
mediocre
close, Charlie?
job.
No, because
Is
I'm
it a good
nearsighted and I can't
Okay,
see
hold on,
past the
hold on.
table.
You said two.
Terrible.
Oh, yeah.
tattoo.
Um,
what's the other?
Though I have another one on my ankle. These are both Tim and Eric references. The one on my ankle says skates, just the word skates with a Z instead of
That's awesome.
skates.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't see any problem.
I
with
like it.
You guys,
I regret getting a tattoo of a dick on my dick. No,
I don't
I'm kidding.
believe you've
That
done
doesn't-
that.
I
And if
tattooed
you
my
have,
own
I would
dick
like
on my
to
own
see
dick.
it.
He's really upset he got 4 stars tattooed on a dick when he knows he's only got a 2-star.
I've got a 5-star dick. Okay, you just can't see it
Two-tar.
till I'm erect.
Chris came in third place in the butthole contest.
look. First of all, we're not
Jesus
talking about. You
Christ.
talk about your tattoo. Stop talking about my third place butthole.
All right, so I honestly don't regret or think any of my tattoos are stupid. I think the style and the talent behind the style could be improved on many of them. But I honestly don't have like one that I think is stupid as far as the concept. You know what I mean? Where it's like
Nothing silly.
he regrets that he got Tim and Eric. Is that accurate?
I
to
don't
say?
regret them. I
Okay.
just think they're stupid tattoos.
Okay, yeah. So
I love them
think
very
that-
much.
I think the result exactly. So I think the result of some of mine are maybe not stupid, but they're not what I wanted.
Right.
Mm,
What's your least favorite? Better
Uh,
post
that's
it.
a
well,
good question.
So I would say this one right here.
What's that?
What is
So
that?
it's supposed to be a processor with like a liquid cooling thing, but
How'd
the guy
that
who's
go?
the guy
How'd
who's
that go?
super talented about like portraits, etc., is not good at like freehand drawing, and I didn't understand that about artists when I
Right.
got him to
Yeah,
do
you
it.
got to shop that shit.
Yeah. So anyhow, he was one of my boys, so we just tattooed it.
Yeah.
But so that one's that's absolutely the worst. Still love the concept. and
Does he
execution
happen
is
to
bad.
be another
Does he look like me? Yes.
hairless, fair-skinned,
yeah.
reddish?
And he's
Hair
an
fella.
amazing artist.
He is
and an
incredible.
amazing tattoo
Shout
artist.
out and go Bruins.
I think
I'll just say
he's
that right
actually
now.
he's watching the game with one right now. in
Yeah, yeah,
Stewart
yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah,
But
I'm missing the game to be
I
here.
put him
I just
outside
want
of
you
his
all to know
comfort zone,
that.
and I could tell during the thing.
Yeah.
And I have this problem with friends where it's
And
hard
there's
for me to
nothing
just say
wrong with
no.
that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For
Like
sure.
I don't want to upset. Or whatever. I'm
He's still
really
It took everything
arguably
in my body
He's still
to say
arguably
no
the
to-
one of the best tattoo artists I've ever seen in my
Oh,
life.
hands
Oh,
down.
without a
When it
doubt.
comes to
Without a
portraits,
doubt.
he's
For sure.
Unbelievable.
When it comes to portraits, he's one of the best.
When it
All
comes
right.
to almost everything.
Okay, so
Ben Wallballs, before we get anywhere else, I want to get this off.
are you on
Oh, nice.
Amazon?
Stupid
Are you on
tattoos.
Amazon? Because I feel like that affects the price.
It does.
No, it's Jack and Jill. But
Jack and Jill. That's better.
there's an entire
Very
range.
familiar with Jack and Jill. I got this in the
All
back.
right.
So can we
Yeah, they went up
play
the hill.
Benoit
Right.
Ball Roulette? Just
With
click
Ben
one
Wall.
randomly,
Well, they didn't
and then
get
we'll
the
do
water.
Price's Right rules.
Okay, I'm gonna
They
remember the
fetched Ben
range
Wallballs.
though, because I've got a vague idea of the range.
Okay,
Go
sure,
ahead.
sure.
Should I arrange it by lowest price?
Yeah, let's do like
I
the
think
boilerplate
you
Ben
should
Wall
take the lowest price, the highest price, average them out, use that as our number, and then go Price's Right rules.
All right, hold on.
We'll take the mean, if you will. No, we don't want to take the mean. We want to
Well,
take the
it's
median.
an average.
I was gonna
The
say, I was gonna
median.
correct you, and I'm shit at math.
Whoa. Okay, so there's an expensive.
Nobody
one.
shits at math.
All right,
I shit at math.
let's do this.
I shit math.
All right, you're up first.
I'm gonna go 67.50, Bob.
I will do $49.99.
He's probably been looking at the screen this whole time. What's up?
$1.
Trav? What you got?
I'll take $1.
He was like, $1.
$13.99.
Charlie wins because he didn't go over. The average would be $50. Wait, you said
He said
You win.
$49.95. He wins.
the average between the two, but the actual average is more like 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the average between the two would be 50.
And that's what you suggested. That was your curriculum for the.
I'm okay with
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So on
winning.
his rules and Price is Right rules, Bill is 3 for 3.
There you
God
go.
damn it, I'm good.
Nice.
I haven't lost yet
Nice.
on the price.
So-
Check the. Hold on, you guys got to look at this shit.
I would like to see it.
Look at the
Can
expensive.
you put it on the screen?
$114. So I guess you actually did go under more because I did 100.
That looks like a
What's
still
a
of
what's
like
a
a
kegel
lava lamp.
ball?
I don't know.
I was kidding.
It's just a.
I believe.
Yeah,
It's
but they're not in an
It's
ass.
not an example.
I wasn't sure.
All right.
This
I
is
don't know how
how
they
it
so,
work.
I know whenever I buy a toothbrush, it shows somebody on the back brushing their teeth.
Does
So-
it? I actually have
It
never
does.
seen a toothbrush showing somebody
Oh
brushing
no!
their
All the
teeth.
time. You are missing out. You're buying the wrong tooth.
Yeah, where
You
you
guys
guys
are
your toothbrushes?
You guys
from,
must
you
have
fucking
large
weirdo.
packages. 'cause
all
it's-
my
yeah,
soap, all the
package-
commercials
as a matter
show
of fact,
everybody
Jordy,
shitting
we
out
do.
bits.
Yeah.
Can I see it?
Well, you know, he saw it.
So I buy the ones that are like individually wrapped when I did. Now I have like one of those fancy smancy vibrator toothbrushes. You know what I'm saying?
I
have a
actually
Sonic
I spent
here.
$120 on
I
my
think I do
toothbrush.
Yeah,
as well.
you gotta go.
No.
You gotta.
I did?
You can't
No.
lowball if you're getting an electronic toothbrush. You don't lowball. You don't get
No.
a cheap thing. You get
So-
yourself a good quality electronic toothbrush.
So I feel like I should have a chance to talk about my stupid.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Go for
I
it.
feel like we skipped that.
Lord knows you.
I'm
Ain't got a
sorry,
shortage
I
of
don't
them.
remember
I do
this.
not have a shortage of stupid tattoos, but I'm gonna say, and I love my stupid tattoos because I consciously made a decision to get stupid tattoos.
Did you say this is going to be stupid, comma?
Well, I thought they
want
were
it.
This
funny.
is-
period.
I'm really gonna regret.
This is
spending
gonna be
money on
dumb.
this.
Hold my beer. I had the same phone number from the time I got my first job when I was 15 years old, or 14 perhaps, until I was 28. So I had it for almost 14 years. So I have on the top of my thigh a tombstone with my old phone number in it that says 772-631-5614, 2000 to 2013. Rest in peace, little buddy.
That's beautiful. That's
It was a
It's very
heartfelt
poetic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry.
I have that, and then I have a stick figure cheeseburger tattooed on my right ass cheek.
I've seen it,
That
and
is
it's actually
holding
very
a
well
draft
rendered.
beer, and the tomato is the tongue, and it has eyes up near the sesame seeds in the bun.
Oh.
And
So
it's
that's
got like
his
little
head.
legs, like
Yeah.
it's strutting down.
Okay.
Aren't you
strutting
getting a
down the
hot dog
street.
smoking a blunt on the other ass
I
cheek?
was seriously considering it, and I think I'm gonna pull the trigger on that one.
Do you smoke blunts?
Not particularly, no.
But hot dogs do.
If I'm at a Jimmy
Most hot
Buffett
dogs.
concert
Oh,
and
but
somebody hands me one, I am not made of stone. Give me that shit.
First of all, when do you go to Jimmy? You go to Jimmy Buffett concerts?
Multiple times.
Oh, I
Yeah,
hate
my
you.
brother's
I
a
thought it was.
parrot.
I thought it was
Yeah.
Jimmy
I don't know
Buffet.
why I hang
Jimmy
out with
Buffett.
you.
Well, I go all the time because I get confused thinking there's
He's
gonna
drinking
be
out of a
free food.
fish cup. and
Yeah.
you're
Oh,
upset.
yeah, and if I'm at a fish concert and somebody hands me a blunt, again, I am not made
I
of
feel like if
stone.
you're at a fish
Give me that
concert,
shit.
somebody handed you
Folks, let me clarify.
LSD,
When,
that's
when
what
we
you
say
would
he's
be
drinking
doing.
out of a fish cup, he's
Somebody
not
could
drinking
hand
out of
me
a cup
crocodile
like,
and a
featuring
Oh
fish
yeah, I
on
forgot.
it.
They can't
It's
The
the
band.
band Fish.
Yeah.
The jam band. The fucking
Is it actually-
insufferable jam band.
Is it pronounced fish?
I've only seen them
It's
like 40 or
fish.
50 times. It's not like I'm obsessed.
Yes,
I don't
you
know
are.
why we have
Yes,
to make
you
fun
are.
of me for
You're
it.
obsessed.
I've
with
always
it.
I've only
judged-
seen them in all four corners of the country.
Oh my
It's
God,
not
you
a
I'm
big
not gonna
deal.
lie. I'd rather you be obsessed with fish than be obsessed with the New England Patriots.
Well, that's it's good that you said that, Charlie.
because he's got his dirty fucking Pats hat on.
I know he had it on. That's why I thought he was homeless.
He's not saying that the Pats are dirty. He's saying that this hat is
Literally,
actually
the hat is
filthy.
dirty as
actually
shit.
filthy, and it's not though because I just washed it not very long ago. It's just stained like crazy because I've had it for 23
It looks
years.
like you just bought it brand new at the
Goodwill.
last
at Abercrombie and
and
Fitch.
the
It's
last
pre-distressed,
parade
obviously.
they had.
No.
We painted it white
this
and
is
then
a
we sanded
96
the
hat.
corners.
Yeah.
It looks like it was used
We
to like
also put
grind
holes
off
in
the
it.
skin tags under my dad's arms.
Speaking of
That's what it
grinding,
looks like.
Holy shit! It looks like it was used to wipe off
why
my
don't we
wife's
talk about your
makeup.
dad's feet real quick?
Yeah, Giselle
Let's
would
say what?
never let
Why don't
Tom
we
Brady
talk
wear
about your
something
dad's
that dirty.
feet real quick?
Oh, can we talk about my dad's feet?
We can talk
can
about
we
your
not?
dad's
Stephen
feet.
King
fuck?
couldn't write a fucking scarier story than my dad's feet. I'm not kidding. These things are nightmare fuel. Like it looks like
Bill's Dad's Feet by Stephen King.
I feel like if it was a Stephen King novel, it would be The Feet of Bill's Dad.
Like James
Much
Wan
more
would not
ominous.
direct a film out of sheer terror.
It would be more terrifying than The Elephant Boy.
I'm saying.
Man.
Okay, let me my dad has
yeah, I was
type
gonna
2
say, I really-
diabetes.
But
okay?
now I feel like I gotta watch the Smurfs
that
before
fucks
I go
up.
to bed.
And he's got
Feet.
he's got
That
the
fucks
thick
up.
yellow toenails.
Oh, yeah.
And
6 yellow toenails.
thick,
Okay.
thick cut. The thick
Thick.
cut bacon
they
yellow
don't know what the
toenails.
fuck happened
They're
to
like
the other
Peter
four.
Oh, they're like,
Luger
they're like
Only
12
6 of them.
ounces.
Oh yeah,
Gotcha.
you're getting yourself. I mean, this
They're
is
like tall boys.
yeah. You're not. He
They're
doesn't skip on the
footlongs.
thick. This is thick cut bacon
18 packs.
popping out of them toes.
The cubes, you don't remember those because you guys are
And
all
it's
from
just
Florida.
it's just
but-
crack. Like they're literally they're so cracked and dusty. They look like someone just pulled them out of the ashes of Pompeii. Like I don't understand how it's horrifying.
He has very Vesuvian feet.
He does. If
Sure.
you were to describe my father's feet, Vesuvian.
At least they
We
weren't
dropped from
Atlantean.
10 viewers to 4.
At least they weren't Atlantean feet.
Oh, true.
Atlantean might be better. At least they'd
Well,
be
then they'd
better
be
Fucking
flippers.
moisturized. Yeah.
Yeah, but they'd be flippers. Jinx,
Same
you owe me a
page.
line of coke.
Oh my
Anyway.
I mean, if I'm at a Jimmy Buffett concert, you know.
While they're playing fish, we're covering them.
No, Fish would likely more likely cover Jimmy Buffett than Jimmy Buffett would.
Is that the okay? So his feet are obviously bad,
They're bad.
but I feel like Fish covering Jimmy Buffett might be a scarier thing.
that
Fish
would be the
covering-
soundtrack of the film with my father's feet. Literally,
Fish covering Rage Against the Machine was very good though.
Soundtrack to my life.
That would be terrifying. Fish
the
singing a
juxtaposition
Jimmy
of
Buffett
just
song.
like the uppity bullshit.
How about Fish covering Call Me Maybe?
Did that happen? I feel like
Hey, I just met you.
I don't want that.
I've never heard Fish. I just know the stereotype of jam bands.
Yeah.
It's not anywhere remotely far off from what you would assume
I think
it
of
is.
Fish and I imagine like a 3-minute song of just the bass line from
Tin?
Seinfeld.
No,
I imagine
no,
the
it's
10
like a
minute song.
30-minute
Yeah.
song
From
the
live
bass line
that
in
was a
Seinfeld.
3-minute
Yeah.
song on an album.
Gotcha.
Usually happen.
So
It's an experience, and whether you
Is it-
like it or not, I fully as a musician,
Experience.
I can.
Do you need to be like on shrooms? The
No,
entire time?
and see, here's the thing, because I have been to Fish concerts so fucked up that I can barely remember them, and I have been to Fish concerts dead ass sober, and there's just like you can go to
And
a
the
Fish
average
concert
is that
and
you
not
would just
like it
rather
and
not
say
be
I
at a
didn't
Fish
like
concert?
it, and I'm okay with that. But it's an experience, and it kind of grabs you and sucks you in, whether you like the music or not. The vibe, just the whole general everything about
yeah,
the
man,
people.
I can't think of
and-
anything that would be more like inviting than a woman with hairy armpits and a
But
fucking like.
that's a common misconception. These are
like,
not things that you see
what's
at
that-
these
what's that
places.
shit
They're
they-
people just like us.
let me chime
you're
in.
saying they're not
They're
people,
just
they're
like
people.
us.
More like
People
Grateful
just
Dead
like
era.
Brian. They look exactly like Brian
Hold
looks
on.
right now.
Let me
no
let me
shirt,
chime in here.
hairy,
and that's just the women.
a tattoo of a pirate hooker on his ribcage.
tattoo.
So-
That's all you see at a Fish concert.
So the teenage, low 20s punk rock elitist asshole side of me wants to judge you,
Judge away,
but
my
the
friend.
father, early 30s homeowner trying to not be such a fucking asshole all the time because life is too short. Part of me is actually more like, and he's taking over.
Yeah.
I'm like, why the fuck would I judge him for this? I've actually never heard Fish. I've never been to a Fish concert.
I'm
What
actually just
position can
talking
I
shit
take
just to mess
where
with
I can talk shit to you about this? Because
Well,
I can't.
You
I want to
can't,
judge you, but that's stupid.
You're more than welcome to.
No,
It's
I'm not
okay.
going to. I
But you could.
first need to listen to Fish.
Well, you don't really need to listen to them.
That's what I've been saying for the last
here's the
20
thing.
years.
Here's like-
Here's the
I
thing.
don't
Here's the
really
thing,
need
bud.
to listen
You
to
don't
them, so I'm
listen
just
to
not
Fish.
going
You
to.
experience it.
Experience Fish.
Uh,
you fucking
if you
asshole. I know
listen-
that's what you were about
No.
to say.
No,
It isn't. It isn't.
no, it's not.
What I was
Said I
about
don't
to say
need to.
was you don't need to listen to them. If you do, you should listen to live recordings, not studio recordings.
Okay.
But more than that, if you want to listen to them, you should just go see them live.
If you're ever on the show again, I will have already listened to them, and I will judge the fucking shit out of you. at
You're
that
welcome
point.
to. I'm okay with that. I judge the shit out of people for music all the time.
Yeah, that's our punk rock elitist.
But see,
stupid
here's the
kid
thing. Is
bullshit.
that music is art and art is subjective, and you can't judge somebody for liking something you don't like.
You can,
That
but you
is
shouldn't.
art. You can, and we all do because that's human nature.
Yep.
Well,
But
that's the
it's
conversation.
wrong.
That's the conversation we had last time we hung out. Was that we sent each other a bunch of music
Nudes.
videos
Yeah.
of live versions of
Which,
either
by the way,
cover
I liked
songs
all of
or
them.
original songs that we each liked.
Like on
And-
Facebook.
No,
No,
I
just the
enjoyed.
text,
I
like-
enjoyed the
But
songs that he
there's
sent me.
several songs that nobody's ever heard of that I like from independent artists, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, you might like this, you might not, and it turned out we had very
liked them
similar
all,
tastes in
yeah.
music. Now,
Yeah,
when
I
it
was
comes
listening to
Fish,
them before they were ever banned.
When it comes to Fish, I'm fucking around. I don't know what it looks like at a Fish concert.
It's
I
not
just-
important what it
It's,
looks
I
like.
mean, there is to a degree your stereotype can
seen-
be correct.
I've seen their
On a small
posters,
percentage.
and I just imagine it's like, nobody ever fucking left Woodstock. They just stayed there and never showered or shaved.
and that's what it was.
There's at
at
least
the
one
beginning.
person there named
40
like
years
Kidney
later,
and
Bean.
it's
Fish showed up and they
evolved.
were like, "Hey, here's a great place to set up a
Sunrise.
concert."
Yeah. No, it's
All these
evolved
people are
quite a
already
bit.
here.
I mean, what 15
In the
something
be-
years
in the
ago,
beginning.
like the first show I went to, it was very much, more of like a hippie type crowd, and it's kind of evolved into like, I mean, there's a bunch of just normal ass people, like people bringing their kids.
Well,
like
they're not
married
hippies
couples that
anymore.
are-
Now they're hipsters.
I
They
think
changed
that's-
that.
No, those people are terrible, and we'll boo them out of the fucking venue.
Boo!
Oh, I thought that was
you.
just hippies evolved.
But sometimes you just got.
I feel like
this
it
and join the
is. I
crowd.
feel like
That's my band
Could it be?
name.
Hippies
well,
evolved.
Yeah.
Nice.
You're in it.
Nice.
and
Hey,
then
breed.
well, I feel like a lot of what
I play the washboard in the band because I
It's
can't.
The
just his
skateboard.
abs.
So it's just
Are
it's
we
my abs.
chiseled from granite.
She's rubbing the microphone up and down his abs.
like your Photoshop, Charlie.
Actually, it's his ribs.
I mean, have you seen this guy shirtless?
oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
Forget
I've
it.
seen this guy shirtless for 45 minutes or so.
Has that happened?
We're pushing, yeah.
Yeah, for the last 45 minutes, I've been trying to read what's across his chest.
It says worse things happen at sea.
Is that like a reference to butt sex? Or...
I thought it said. I
Well-
thought it said worse things can happen.
Shout out
Let's
to the United
see.
States Navy.
Yep.
Yeah. No, it's actually a
Happy
reference
Memorial Day.
to back in the days of yore. They had these things called.
What exactly
Crow's
were
Nest.
what were the days
Crow's
of
Nest or
yore?
Witches' Walks
right with a
or Widows' Walks? I'm sorry, not Witches' Walks.
Was
Widows'
that-
Walks.
Was that BC or
Um,
AD?
It
days
was
of yore.
it was the days of yore was definitely AD circa like 17th 18th century.
What caused
when-
them to be the days of yore?
The days of yore because I wasn't alive yet.
Oh, so it was
Mm.
before yore.
Or
It's like
before I
a
was.
synonym for ye
I don't
olden
know.
times.
Ye olden times.
Huh.
They had and especially in New England.
Right.
They had
Where you're
whaling
apparently
ships.
from.
Clearly where I'm from. They had whaling ships or merchant
Dumbest
marines that would be gone
quarterback ever
for
is from.
greatest quarterback ever.
Dumbest quarterback.
They
Wow.
would, yeah, clearly
That's
the
very
dumbest
petty
quarterback ever. That is
and
a very
uninformed.
petty insult.
With a very effeminate
He is
quarterback
the
who
best
lets his wife
quarterback.
dress him before every single fucking.
That has 6 Super Bowl
Post-
rings.
yeah.
Carry
Game
on with your
interview.
insults.
If we're talking strictly in the context of being a quarterback, it's very hard to insult Tom Brady.
It's
It is.
true. It's
If
true.
we're talking
In
in,
fact-
the context of being a person, there's many things we could bring up about his character.
Bro,
and
they
things that
did.
happened.
They
What do you mean?
did
Or
an
the-
episode of Cribs
his
on Tom
character is
Brady,
flawless.
and the
Hold on, hold on,
motherfucker
hold
had
on.
chestnuts in his kitchen. Okay,
Yeah.
who has chestnuts in their
But,
kitchen?
well, people that like chestnuts,
Fuck 'em.
They're better than chin nuts, Charlie.
Accurate.
Yeah.
Would you rather have them on your chest or your chin?
I feel
You want nuts
Wait,
on your
you
chest
guys
or
have
nuts
been
on your chin?
talking lately with the Benoit balls and the dick tattoos and the dick piercings.
I
Listen,
believe he brought up. Dick
I just
tattoos.
assume you guys are sitting
Yeah.
around cracking chin nuts in your off time.
on the dick as well.
Maybe.
on a dick tattoo on the dick. Is that to make it look bigger?
Here's another thing. So the old father of mine, driver of a minivan,
Is it the minivan I saw previously?
hell yeah,
Hell yeah.
I think
hot.
sick.
Hell yeah.
Anyway,
Come on,
anyway,
son.
it's my first non-pickup truck, and it's honestly my
Pussy
favorite.
wagon out
My,
there.
my favorite
Wait,
vehicle so
is
far.
that yours? You
Yeah.
own? Because I drove
Legit.
a minivan for a hot minute.
It's
I gotta
fucking
tell you,
amazing.
I fucking loved it.
Okay, so as the new open-minded progressive version of Jordy,
Which is the minivan driving.
I feel
version of
like
Jordy.
every time I say like things like balls on chin, I'm like, well, you know what? To be fair, I've never had balls on my chin.
To be fair.
Maybe
To be fair.
it's not as terrible as I think in my brain.
Well, I'll let you go ahead and.
Anyway.
Oh, Tara would like to know if I'm the next Bert Kreischer.
Yep.
Wow, you
Yeah.
provided context. This is awesome.
What content? Well, context.
You're the
is
first
key.
person to read something on like a text or in chat and actually provide context. Holy shit, our chat's been blowing up this whole time.
Oh boy,
I had
and
it
we haven't
scrolled
been
wrong.
paying attention to you at all.
Well,
Sorry.
hello, fans.
All
Sorry.
right, so
Really sorry.
I just want to say shout out to Eshy93. Put a shirt on Hercules. I love the price is right. Your guys are loyal friends and true. Hey, our guys are. Thank you
Thank you.
for watching the show.
So nice.
Yeah, no, there was another one on there that was really getting deep.
Was it really getting
it's
deep?
probably
Let's talk about it.
what they like to call on Twitch a copy pasta.
What was
Yeah.
it co-
It was
oh,
about
when they-
microchips and
They just put
government
like a random
conspiracies.
anecdote
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they paste it in people's chat.
Random anecdote, like cat food.
Yeah.
Who was it that commented?
We're not going to. Oh,
No,
the person we care about.
Yeah.
ESCHY93 Eshy.
You're awesome.
Is that like MC Escher?
I keep fucking up.
I'm
I keep
assuming
looking
yes.
at the computer and not
You gotta
the
pop-
camera.
yeah,
I
right.
know,
No,
right?
see, the camera is
But
the.
can
we-
the computer's
window
awesome
to the
too.
I know,
soul.
but can we put a big
I built
smiley
it.
face up there so I know to look right at the camera?
It is a very
No.
attractive.
Thank you. You're very awesome.
We should
Thank you for
put.
watching.
Let's
You
put a
should just
smiley
put
face.
Carmex around the camera so that way nobody can not look at it
True.
because that's
Make it
what
nice and
Carmex
glossy.
does to cold sores.
All right. Well, Bill usually pays the bills given his name.
Yeah, do we
It's
have another
Bill.
sponsor for tonight?
Yes, we do. Tonight's episode has been brought to you by Blurry Pixelated Japanese Porn Penises. Blurry Pixelated Japanese Porn Penises. Korere wa saiko desu. Sasuke!
All right. Well, that has been the show.
Fantastic.
Thank you guys for coming hard, and we really appreciate you, viewers, all three of you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very
God,
much.
that
It was
was
very kind.
perfect. I'm taking you with me next time I go to Saki Sushi so I can actually get my fucking order right.
It's
Yeah,
pronounced
no,
Sachi.
absolutely.
It's
Yeah.
Sachi
Yeah.
sushi.
I was actually speaking
Case
real
in point.
Japanese there.
Case
but
in
it
point.
used to be bloopers.
I know it was bloopers.
They had the most bomb ass steak tip sandwich of all time.
I like a good steak chip.
Thank you and good night.
Hi, guys.
Good night, everybody.